exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Atlanta Falcons Retro Rebuild here on Madden 22 on the PC. That's right, we are back. We are in the off-season, the first off-season of the series. Everybody loves a good off-season video, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. If you guys have missed any of the other episodes, there is a playlist that you can go check out with the first couple episodes where we jumped in a couple games with Play the Moment. We lost a couple games, we won a couple games. We probably won more games than I would have thought we should have. I mean, we went 4-13. So with the team that we currently have, I don't think that's very bad. But also we're trying to get the best draft pick possible, and I think we have gotten the best draft pick possible. We'll have to wait and find out. But if we get into this, we got to check out the retirements for the first season. It's going to be a lot of guys that don't have pictures. It's going to be a lot of guys that we probably won't recognize. There are a few. Bill Romanowski, Tim Brown, and Jerry Rice, along with Ray Woods. I didn't see him. Ray Woods, and all of those guys retire on the Raiders. So the Raiders were just a retirement home, basically, for the first season. Nobody else retires. Chris Carter is gone after one season. Bruce Smith is gone after one season here. Well, they didn't just play one season, but they did in this series, so that's why I'm saying that. Anybody else of note? Ed McCaffrey, Christian's dad. Ted Washington, John Randall. Anybody else that is Roman Pfeiffer? I'm not noticing anybody else that I actually recognize. Andre Rison retired, but no coaches, nothing like that. Some decent players, but they were all super old and not very high overall. So once we get into the actual, once we get down to 2006 and 2007, we'll start to get guys from this era that are starting to retire that actually played well in the series and stuff. So we've got some decisions to make in free agency. Well, at least with our re-signings. So Patrick Kearney, I do want to bring back. He's a star development player. He's only 26. He is a 82 overall, 81, I guess, but he's playing up to an 82. I certainly want to bring this guy back, so I'm gonna offer him a little bit more than what he's asking for, because you know how when you get down to the late game in player negotiations, they start to get a little bit more strict. But he accepts that, so we get him back for about 67 million. I think that's a good deal. I think that's good enough for right now. We have a lot of money, so we can make it work. I'm gonna bring back Finneran because he had such a good season for us in this first year. I'll bring him back, so he's coming back. Rodney Heath, I won't bring back. Keon Carpenter, I'm not 100% sure if I want to bring him back or not. He's got 89 speed, and Rodney Heath has 90 speed. I don't know. I mean, maybe on a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. I'm fine with a 2-year deal for him, for Keon Carpenter. We can come back. He can come back. I will let everybody else walk. There we go. We re-signed our guys. I'm happy with that. We can take a look at the mock draft number 3. It has Carson Palmer falling to number 2 pick in the draft. I think I remember seeing that. We have the 4th pick, and it has us taking Byron Leftwich. I'm not going to take a quarterback in this draft because we have Michael Vick. So we don't need a quarterback. And this class isn't really a quarterback draft class. It basically just has Carson Palmer. I really, really kind of want Andre Johnson because we do need that number 1 wide receiver for Michael Vick to throw to. But we also could use Jordan Gross, Marcus Trufant, Terrell Suggs, Troy Palamalu. I mean, there's some defensive guys and offensive linemen that would be very useful for us. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I'm not 100% certain that I know who I'm going to draft. But if we skip to the next week, we can see, get ready for free agency, see if there's anybody there that we want to spend some money on. I'm not sure this first season's going to have anybody. We have Jeff Garcia, who's 85 overall, X-Factor quarterback at 33. The Bengals are going to take him. That's not good because the Bengals are supposed to draft Carson Palmer. So they can't take a quarterback in free agency. We have Ryan Leaf here as a 64 overall. Randall Cunningham is super old at 40. I may offer Ryan Leaf a one-year deal just to be our backup, just for the memes, because you know I love the memes. So if we drop down this contract, because we're not paying him a lot, he doesn't deserve a lot. He's Ryan Leaf. Running back we're good on. Wide receiver we do need, so we may need to get into a bidding war for Isaac Bruce. Although, is it worth it? He's 30 years old. We'd be paying a ton of money for him. I don't think it's worth it. I think we continue to be bad and we just build up some good young players. I think that's the best thing that we can go for. Now, left tackle, we don't need because we have a good 85 overall that's under contract for 3 years. So that's good. But we could move Wayne Gandy to right tackle. That's always an option because our right tackle is only an 80. It's Wiener. It is Wiener. I think I'm gonna put an offer in on Gandy, and we'll see what happens. If he accepts our deal, cool. If not, cool. It's not like we need him, but I'll throw an offer at him. Center, Jeff Saturday's already got a lot of offers. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get him. Oh, and if you're also wondering why Jeff Saturday is black, go back and watch the first episode. I explain everything in that video of why some of the pictures and things don't look like the players. So if you're just new and this is the first episode that you're watching, why are you watching this episode is the first episode you're watching first off. But second off, just go back and watch the first episode. Everything is explained in that one. So right tackle we don't really need unless we get that guy. Willie McGinnis would be good to have. He's only 31, and we can play him at right end. That's probably pretty good. Let's offer Willie. He's only a 71 though, but it's better than what we have, I guess. So we'll go in for a Willie McGinnis offer. He might not accept that. It's not a big deal if he doesn't accept it because he's not like super good anymore. But we'll go with that. Booger McFarland. Booger McFarland's 73 overall, and he's got 15 offers. I don't think we can compete with that. I don't think we can compete with that. Javon Curse is not coming here. He is too highly priced. I don't think we can pay that. Plus, we just re-signed Kearney. Jason Gilden. I think I'm going to stick with Simonu. He's star development now. Middle linebacker, we have Keith Brookings, so we're good there. Right outside linebacker, we have Stewart, and he's star development. So our linebacker core is young, and it's growing. So that's a good sign. Corners, Aeneas Williams is 35. I'll bring Aeneas Williams in as a meme because he's a legend, and nobody has an offer on him because he's old. I don't think there's anybody else here that we need to bring in. Is there a super young guy that's got good development? 28, 34. I mean, Dalen McCutcheon is 26 with star development, but I don't really want to try and fight for him when we don't. I want to save money for when there's like a huge guy in free agency, like a big time name. And I don't think this one has it. So, strong safety, we have 67 overall. I guess we could bring in Robert Griffith if we need to, just because he's a better overall than what we have. For 1 year, I mean, just to fill out a position. Jay Feely's going to be our kicker. That's fine. All right, so our offers are Wayne Gandy, Aeneas Williams, however you want to say it, Willie McGinnis, Robert Griffith, and Ryan Leaf. That is not a very good free agent class, but it's the first season, so we'll see what happens. We will go to next week. Will we get any of the players, or will we get all the players? I think we'll get everyone but Ryan Leaf. I think we'll get everybody will accept except for Ryan Leaf. So we do get Aeneas Williams. which is awesome. We got Ryan Griffith to be our new strong safety. Willie McGinnis is here, but we didn't get everybody. So who did not sign with us just yet? Wayne Gandy got other offers, so we will pull out of him. And Ryan Leaf actually got other offers too, so we will go out of him as well. So, okay, that's different. I didn't think he was going to get any, Ryan Leaf was going to get any offers, but he did. He certainly did. Joe Germain is here. I do like Joe Germain. Vinny Testaverde, Jesse Palmer. All these guys are really bad. So we will continue on. Rashawn Salam. Did I just see Rashawn Salam in free agency? Hold on. We got to sign Rashawn Salam. Let me get to running backs. Where's he at? There he is. Rashawn Salam. You're coming home, baby. Well, not home, but you're coming to Atlanta. All right, let's take a look at this other mock draft real quick. So it's still got Charles Rogers as the #1 player. I'm still not decided on what I want to do yet. I just don't know. I really don't know. We certainly need a wide receiver. And Andre Johnson would be the perfect wide receiver to build around. But we also need a young talent to build around somewhere else. Like if we get Troy Palamalu, then we'll have Troy Palamalu for a decade plus. Or Terrell Suggs for a decade plus. Or Jordan Gross for a decade plus. I mean, there's 3 guys down here that would be amazing top 5 picks. But Andre Johnson, I think, this is a hard decision. It's such a hard decision because unlike in future seasons where we may absolutely 100% know who we're going to go with, this one's tough because it could go many different ways. We could go with so many different players. It's very hard to try and figure out who exactly we're going to go with. We got Rashawn Salam, so that's the last guy that we will go with. Scouting for private workouts. I'll go with Jordan Gross, Andre Johnson, and Troy Palamalu. That's who I'll go with as my 3 private workout guys. Because those are probably the 3 guys that I am most likely to draft in this draft. And it sucks because I kind of want all 3 of them, but we don't have the assets to trade to get those draft picks. So there's no way we're going to be able to get those guys. We can only get one of them. Free agency recap. Let's see where some of those big name guys went. So Ron Stone goes with the Bengals. Did they get a quarterback? No, they got outbid for Jeff Garcia by the Dolphins. Interesting. All right, so Barry Sims goes to the Chicago, John Jansen Steelers, Jeff Garcia Dolphins, Jason Gilden Patriots, Isaac Bruce Colts, Wayne Gandy to the Bucks, Chris Terry Cowboys, Derek Deese Titans, Mike Rosenthal Chargers, Aaron Gibson Ravens, Jeff Saturday back to the Colts. That's funny. Javon Curse to the Chiefs, Gary Anderson to the Colts. Who else? Anthony McFarland to the Jets, Seabass to the Jets as well. And nobody really else of note in this. This free agency class wasn't big on names, but you'd expect that. So the final mock draft before the actual draft hasn't changed the top 5. Okay, so Marcus Trufant and Terrence Newman have fallen. Now that doesn't mean that they're bad players. It just means that the Saints or the people that are doing the mock draft think the Saints like Dwayne Robertson better and that he fits their needs more. Because I think they had the Saints taking Marcus Trufant, if I'm not mistaken. But it's time for the NFL draft. We have the 4th pick. And I think we're gonna get used to having top picks in the draft because there's gonna be a couple seasons where here in the early part, at least that I assume, we're gonna have some pretty high picks. So, final draft little pregame. I am gonna see what it would take to get another draft pick. We have pick 4. We have we have 2 seconds. Can I get another 1st round pick? It's gonna be tough. I don't know if we'll be able to. Can I get like pick 7? 7 would work from the football team. I'll give you a second rounder. They don't like that. I'll give you a 4th rounder. They don't like that either. I don't have a quarterback that I'm gonna give you, but I give you a running back. I can give you Murray Smith and Travis Jervey. You like those guys? They don't like those guys. Who would? Who would like those guys? Wide receiver, all we have is Brian Finneran. That's literally all we have. Tight end, nothing. Left tackle, nothing. I'll give you Brady Smith. You want Brady Smith? Wait, how old is Brady Smith? He's 30. You like Brady Smith? They don't like Brady Smith. Okay. I don't think we're going to be getting another first-round pick with the stuff that we have. We just don't have right now the assets to be able to flip for draft picks. So, especially the 4th overall pick, or not the 4th overall, but the 7th overall pick. I mean, I could give up a first, but that'd be dumb because I'm trying to accumulate as many draft picks as possible. So we will stick with just the 1 draft pick in the first round. That's fine. Once we get later in the series, we'll start to accumulate more and more draft picks because you know how I like to get a lot of draft picks because we can move around in the draft, we can trade back, we can trade for other players. Like draft picks are always nice to have. So Texans are on the clock for the first pick in the first ever draft of the series, the 2003 NFL Draft, headed into the 2003 NFL season. Let's see who they take. Will they take Carson Palmer? Or will they take Charles Rogers? Or was it Charles Rogers? It was Charles Rogers. They do. So they take Charles Rogers from Michigan State, the wide receiver, and now we should see Carson Palmer go to the Giants. He does. So the former #1 overall pick in real life, Heisman winner Carson Palmer, goes to the Giants at 2. The Cardinals will take Andre Johnson. All right, I'm fine with that. There's a reason I didn't trade up. I'm fine with that. But if we take a look at the players available, we could, in theory, trade back and still get somebody that I want. Because remember, we're looking at Jordan Gross, Terrell Suggs, or Troy Palamalu at this point. Or Terrence Newman, I guess. He would be good too. And Kevin, you guys understand. We're not looking at these 2 guys. As much as I like Marcus Trufant, we're not really looking at him. So, do we trade back? That could be. Let's just take a look. Let's do our due diligence. Let's take a look. What can we get? We can get 2 first-round picks from the Browns. 1 from this year, 1 from next year. We can get, wow, a first from next year and 2 seconds. That's a pretty good deal. A first from this year and a second from next year. We can get a first from this year. I'm looking for 2 firsts, and the Jets are giving me 2 firsts, but the Jets have pick 10. Is that high enough to be able to get what we want? I don't know. I don't know if it is. The Browns pick is probably the best offer, but their first round pick this year is the 25th. It's not high enough to get who I want. So, and the Bears, yes, I see the Bears have in theory, the first overall pick next year, but that's probably not going to be the case when we actually get to the draft next year. It could be, but it probably isn't. So let's trade back, but let's do it manually. So the Cowboys, Vikings, and football team all are behind us. So if we take a look at the Vikings, I'll go back 1 or 2 picks. So if we take pick 6, they give us a second rounder next year and a first. Wait, no. They give us a first, and Randy Moss for our fourth overall pick. That didn't work. Okay, so I tried. You can't say that I didn't try. They give us a second next year. Trade declined. Okay. Okay, you're gonna give me these picks, Vikings. you are. You just got to be resigned to the fact that you're giving me these picks. So we're not going to get anything crazy here. What about a 3rd round pick next year? Trade decline. It's getting closer, though. It's getting closer. A 4th round pick next year. A 5th round pick next year. Would it even go through with 2 1st round picks? It won't even go through for 2 1st round picks. So what about if I give you my 4th round pick this year? And then I give you a 4th round pick that I have next year. Come on, don't make me trade a 3rd round pick. Am I really gonna have to trade a 3rd round pick for you? They didn't even take that? You guys are crazy. 2 3rd round picks? Really? 2 3rd round picks for 2 1st round picks? We're only moving back 2 spots. You guys are jumping up 2 spots. You're not even giving up that much. Just because you're giving up your next year first.
All right, now.
Wow, that's crazy. So we move back 2 spots to the 6th pick, but we also pick up another 1st round pick. I think that's the best move. I think that's the best move. We get to kind of thin out the options now. Byron Leftwich goes to the Vikings, so they take a quarterback. Hey, I just helped him out. Maybe Byron Leftwich would have been gone by the time the Vikings got up to pick. And Jonathan Sullivan go. So this makes our selection a little bit easier. I mean, we could trade back again, but would that be smart? Because Jordan Gross will most likely go to whoever we trade with, if we do trade. So, how's he looking? He's got good change of direction, solid speed, good strength, decent agility. He's a good run blocking tackle, which is good because we'd like to run the football. He doesn't have very good awareness. Let's take a look at Terrell Suggs. Decent speed. He runs 4.7. We don't really know a lot about him, but what we do know is pretty decent. And then the last guy that we're looking at is Troy Palamalu, who in theory, he runs a 4.3. Who in theory, he's pretty far down this list. We could trade back into the 1st round and get Troy Palamalu if we really, really needed to. I think we're going to get Jordan Gross. He's going to be our franchise right tackle for a while. I think that's going to be the best move. Yeah, let's take Jordan Gross. He's got hidden potential.
It's their selection.
He is, we got trophy too. And he is 89 strength. I think this is going to be the best pick. We don't need to get anybody crazy. We don't need to do anything like that. So if we skip to the next pick, Kevin Williams goes, then Dwayne Robertson goes, then Terrell Suggs goes to the Ravens. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Troy Polamalu goes to Kansas City. So we couldn't have traded up to get Troy Polamalu. That's too high. Too high in the draft to get Troy Polamalu. Terrence Newman ends up going to the Bengals. Look at this. It's starting to work out a little bit here. Jimmy Kennedy, Ty Warren, Dallas Clark to the Bills, Jerome McDougal, Rasheed Mathis. Patriots get Calvin Pace. That's pretty cool. What's the draft board looking like now as we get later into the 1st round? So we got Nnamdi Asomugha still on here. We got to start thinking about our 2nd round pick now because we have a pretty decent 2nd round pick. It's pick 4. Charles Peanut Tillman's here. Could get a good corner. Drayton Florence. E.J. Henderson would be pretty decent too. So there's Anquan Bolden. We do need a wide receiver, but Osayi Minori. I mean, we have 2 seconds. We could probably get... would he still be here? We have the 31st pick in the 2nd round. Osayi Minori might be there. I kind of want to get Charles Tillman. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards. Nnamdi Asomugha goes. Andre Wolford. Nick Barnett. George Foster. Kwame Harris, Jeff Fine, however you say it, Eric Steinbach, William Joseph, Boss Bailey, Willis McGahee, good for him, Eugene Wilson, Larry Johnson, Peanut Tillman goes, wow, I didn't think he'd go in the 1st round. Okay, Tyler Brayton, Chon Thompson. I don't know who that is, but he got a cool name. And now we're up.
Falcons are on
Wow, I didn't think Peanut Tillman would go. That kind of shocked me a little bit. Rex Grossman falls. Kyle Bowler falls to the second round. I think... How's E.J. Henderson looking? He's got poor speed. He runs a 4.7 as a linebacker. That's so slow. So slow. What about Anquan Bolden? Anquan Bolden looks pretty good. He's got good short route running, good release. His catching is an F, though. How could you be a wide receiver and have catching as an F? Mike Doss? I'm curious. Mike Doss looks pretty good for where we're at here in the second round. I think I can trade back. I think I can trade back and still get some of the guys that I want. So, is anybody willing to give me a first next year? No, I didn't think so. It would have been pretty crazy if they would have. I would have taken that in a heartbeat. But who can give me the best for what I'm trying to do here? So this is a pretty decent one. This is even better. The Seahawks. But this one from the Raiders. Oh, no, that's a second round pick from next year. Okay. I almost got caught there. That one was probably the best one. Pick 50, pick 39. Nobody's really offering me a good pick in this year's draft. This Seahawks one is probably the best one that we can get because we get a second round pick from this year and a third round pick from next year. But the Seahawks are just so far back that I think both Umenyiora and Anquan Bolden and all those and Mike Dawson, all those guys would be gone by then. So maybe I can manually trade back again. That might be what we have to do. We might have to trade back manually again just to make sure that we don't go back too far. So we got to take a look at the... Let's trade with the football team. They were pretty close. They have pick 39. So if we do that, we trade back, but we also pick up a second from next year. How do you like that? They don't like that. They certainly don't like that. But what about if we get a third round pick from next year? Okay. I'll even take a fourth from next year. They like that a little bit more. I'll give you a fifth round pick next year.
Well, hold on a second.
Trade offer accepted. So we move back 3 picks with the football team. We get a second, or we get a fourth from next year, along with this second round pick. I'm happy with that. It's harder. It's a lot harder to make your own trades when you don't have a lot of assets.
The Falcons
All right, so we traded back. We picked up another pick next year, and we still have. I mean, we still have an opportunity to trade back even more if we're being honest, because these guys are late second round picks. The guys that we're looking at right now. So, I mean, unless for some reason they just go heavily. The one I'd be super upset with getting drafted is Umenyiora. That's who I'm really thinking about taking. Anquan Bolden, if he's there, maybe we take him. But I'm kind of thinking Umenyiora and Mike Doss are the guys that we take. But I think I can still trade back and get one of those guys. Pick 47. Pick 51. The Packers are giving me a first. The Packers are willing to give me a first round pick next year to move up. That is not good. Why, Green Bay? Why are you giving me a first round pick? Oh, I have to take this. I have to take this, right? Because this series is all about future draft picks. This draft isn't super good. I have to take. I can't pass up a first round pick next year. How am I supposed to pass up a first round pick next year? I know it's not very good, but who knows? Maybe the Packers have a down season. We'll get a top 10 pick. You never know. And plus, even if it's not that good, it's still a first round pick. We can still trade it. It still has value.
The Saints are
I
on
could
the
not
clock
pass
now.
that up. Plus,
What
we have a
direction will they go?
another second-round pick. It's just late.
The
Drayton
Chiefs are up
Florence
now.
goes. We
Let's
might
see what
not get
direction they go.
Humaniora,
The Bengals are on
but
the
we still
clock
have the
now.
opportunity to possibly get.
And the Giants
Mike
now on the
Doss.
clock. Who do they have their eye on?
There goes Humaniora to the Jets.
Okay. here
Rex
we go.
Grossman goes to the
Colts now on
Bills.
the clock.
Mike Doss goes to the Colts. All right, so
Okay,
hey, I'm
it's the
not
Patriots
upset.
on the clock
I am
now.
upset, but I'm not
All
like
right, now on the
furious
clock,
that we
the
didn't get
Rams.
any of the guys that I wanted. Because in
On
the
the
end of the
clock now,
day,
the Jaguars.
we walk away with another first-round
All
pick.
right,
We
it's
now have
now the
3
49ers'
first-round picks
turn.
for next
They're
year.
up.
That
And the
is
Browns
a
on
lot
the
of
clock
assets
now.
to be
Let's
able to
see what
trade.
direction they
So
go.
I am not upset one bit
Okay,
about
the
the
Eagles on the
situation.
clock
Plus, I mean, if we really wanted one of those guys, we could
Jets
trade
now
for
on
him.
the clock.
I'm not
On the
sure
clock now,
they
it's the
value.
Falcons.
I'm not sure how much they value second-round picks in this game, so I don't think it would be a whole lot to trade for him. Nate Burleson's here. Anybody else? Jason Witten in the 3rd round would be pretty good. We do need a tight end. So what is our pick in the 3rd round? It is... Oh, we don't have a 3rd-round pick. That's right, I traded it. I wondered where it went. We don't have a 3rd-round pick. Okay, so interesting. So let's... Should we take Jason Witten now? Is that a reach? Is that too much of a reach? Is there anybody up here that I really can't live without? I mean, not really. Just Nate Burleson's about the only guy that I would consider taking. And I don't think Nate Williamson or Nate Burleson's going to be that good. So Jason Witten, we know what he is. He's got solid stats. Great blocking, great route running. Yeah, we're taking Jason Witten.
Bucks on the
Hidden
clock.
development player.
Let's see who they have their eye on.
We're taking Jason Witten, and I'll change his college off camera to Tennessee so that he can have the right college. But I didn't even realize we didn't have. I forgot we traded that in the first trade
All
we
right,
did.
now on the clock, the Texans.
Now we keep
And now
looking.
on the
Nate
clock,
Burleson goes
it's
to
the
the
Cardinals.
Bears.
The Cowboys on the clock now. What direction will
Seidman,
they
Kevin
go?
Curtis, C. Grant.
Okay, it's the Saints now on the clock.
The next
On the
guy I'm
clock
looking
now,
at
the
is
Chiefs.
Asante Samuel.
The Bengals
But
now
he
on
was
the
day
clock.
3.
Let's see what they do.
So
Now we turn to the Panthers.
we could probably
They're on the
pick him
clock.
up in the 4th or 5th
The
round.
Colts are now on the clock.
I'm not sure
The Patriots on the clock right now. Let's see who they have
what
their eye on.
they value, how
The
the
Giants
CPU
are on the
values
clock
day 3
now.
guys. I don't know if they would
Chargers
reach
now
for
on the
anybody
clock.
down there. Take a flyer on a guy.
Browns
Seneca
are now
Wallace
on
to
the
the
clock.
49ers.
The Eagles are
Chris
now
Crocker,
on the clock.
Courtney Van Buren,
The Jets now
Bobby
on the
Wade,
clock. Let's see what they do.
Garrett Johnson, George
Titans on the clock now.
Wrightster.
Let's see who they
It's a
have
weird
their
name.
eye on. And the
Dominic
Panthers on the clock now.
Davis,
Let's see what
Ian
direction
Scott.
they go. On the clock
Wow,
now, the
Asante
Raiders.
Samuel goes early 4th round. I didn't expect that. I thought he'd be there when
Okay,
I
it's the
picked.
Falcons
I mean,
now
we
on
were
the
only a
clock.
couple picks away. I certainly didn't think Asante Samuel would go early 3rd round. He wasn't even projected 3rd to 4th round. He was projected day 3. That's crazy. Brandon Lloyd's still here in the late game of the draft. Robert Mathis. Okay, so every other pick that we have is pick 4. Do we take Robert Mathis? We didn't get Osi Umenyiora. So we take Robert
It's the
Mathis.
Cowboys
Hidden
now on the
potential, good player. He's going to be a good one for us. I think I'll get Matt Wilhelm.
The
I got to get a
Vikings
Buckeye.
are
I got to
now
get at
on
least
the
one
clock.
Buckeye in each draft.
All right, on the clock
So
now, the
we'll
Saints.
see if he's still here. He might
All
get
right,
taken.
The Chiefs
Actually.
are now on the clock. Okay, here we go.
It's
The
not a big deal
Bengals
because
now
I
on
saw
the clock.
Donnie Nicky down there as well. So
Okay,
yeah, we got to
it's
get
the
at least
Bills now
one
on the
Buckeye
clock.
on the team.
The Broncos are on the clock now.
Sam Williams
Now the
goes.
Seahawks are on the
Franklin,
clock. Who do
Colin
they have their eye on?
Branch, James Lee,
Okay,
Quentin
the Jaguars are
Griffin,
now on
Brandon
the clock.
Lloyd to the Jaguars.
Okay, here we go. The 49ers now on the clock.
David Deal. Ooh, I was hoping he might still
Now
be
we
there, but
turn to
he's
the
not.
Eagles.
He
They're
goes.
on the
Dan
clock.
Copen.
On the
There
clock
goes
now,
Donnie
it's the
Nicky.
Seahawks. Time is ticking.
Who's still here? There's Mount Wilhelm. Is he looking good? I mean, I don't want to take him just because he's a Buckeye, but if he looks good, we could take him. He doesn't look bad, actually. For everything that he was in real life, he doesn't look that bad in the game. Who else is down here that might be an option for us? What about Cliff Kingsbury's still there. Wide receivers, I think, are done for this year. Tight ends, Antonio Gates is a undrafted free agent. We might be able to pick him up late game. Offensive lineman. I really was hoping David Deal wouldn't go, but he did. He did, and that's okay. There's not really any other offensive linemen that we need. Pass rushers, D tackles. Who was that down there? Colin Pace. Tully Bantakane. There's not really anybody here. A couple of the guys that I wanted are gone, so. Jeremiah Bell. Anybody remember Jeremiah Bell? All right, so we keep a lookout for Antonio Gates and Matt Wilhelm, and then we will move forward. Next pick.
Next up, the Titans are on the clock.
Pick.
The Bears
Tampa
are
Bay
up
gets
now.
Bethel
Let's see what direction
Johnson,
they go.
Lee Suggs,
The
Reggie
Falcons
Wells.
on the
All right,
clock
our
now.
pick is
Let's
up.
see who they have their eye on.
I think this is when we take Matt Wilhelm.
All right,
He
on
is
the
normal
clock now,
development,
the Cowboys.
but he looks pretty decent. We had to get a Buckeye on the team. If we couldn't get Mike Doss or Donnie Nicky, we got to get Matt Wilhelm. So now we take
The
Antonio
Jaguars are
Gates
now on
if
the
he
clock.
doesn't get drafted.
It's
But
the
this is the
Saints
5th
now on the
round,
clock.
and he's projected to go
The Ravens are
undrafted.
up now.
So
Let's see what
I think
direction
he'll
they go.
survive at least this round.
Okay, the Giants up now. They're on the clock.
So
All
we'll
right,
see what
next
happens.
up, the Colts are on the
Joe
clock.
Odom,
And now on
Roger
the clock,
Babers,
the Raiders.
Marquise Ogden,
On the
Jamal
clock now, it's the
Green,
Rams, and time is
Justin
ticking.
Gage,
All right,
Tony
the Jaguars are
Gilbert,
now on the clock.
DeJuan Gross,
The
Kenny King,
49ers now on the clock.
Julian Battle,
The Lions on
Cato
the clock now.
June,
What
yeah,
direction
Cato
will they
June,
go?
baby.
All right,
Jeremiah
it's the
Bell.
Eagles now
I
on
probably
the
could have
clock.
got Jeremiah Bell.
And now we turn to the Jets. It's their
That
selection.
would have been pretty good.
The Titans
Langston
now
Moore,
on the clock.
Michael Lehan,
Now
Derek
the Packers are on the
Padgel,
clock.
Dennis
Who do they have their eye
Weathersby.
on? Okay, here we go. The Cardinals now on the clock.
All right, we take Antonio Gates. So now we got Jason Witten and Antonio Gates as our two tight ends when previously we had nobody. I think that's a good one. He runs a 4.6 as a tight end.
The
He's going to be a big
Cowboys
one
now
for
on the
us.
clock.
86 speed, Antonio Gates. So now we have Jason Witten and Antonio Gates for Michael Vick to throw to. That's going to be good. That's a good
All right,
1-2
it's
punch.
now the Vikings'
And
turn.
both those guys are old, or
The
both those guys in
Saints
real
are
life
now
played
on the
for a
clock.
while. So we
The
could have those
Vikings
two
on
tight
the
ends
clock
for a
now.
long time.
What
Or if they
direction will
develop,
go?
we could trade them and get other tight ends.
All right,
You
next
never know.
up, the Bengals are on the clock.
Never really
The
know.
Bills on the clock now.
But I
What
think
direction will they go?
we are just
All
at
right,
the
next
time
up,
where
the
we skip to
Patriots
our
are
next
on the
pick because I
clock.
don't think there's going to be anybody
Okay,
else.
next
David
up, it's the
Tyree, my
Seahawks
most
on the
hated
clock.
rival, goes to the
On the clock now,
Seahawks.
it's the Dolphins. And time is
I
ticking.
hate David Tyree. If you don't know why I
right,
hate David
next up,
Tyree,
the Jets
then you're not a
are
true
on
fan
the
of the
clock.
channel.
It's the
If
Lions
you do
now
know why
on
I
the
hate
clock.
David Tyree, then I love you.
Okay, here we go. The Raiders
Corey
now on the clock.
Jenkins,
Okay,
Hank
next up, it's the
Milligan.
Packers on the
No,
Okay, here we
no,
go. The Jets now
nobody
on the clock.
good.
And the Texans now on the clock.
Absolutely nobody
Who do they
good.
have their eye on?
All right, so everybody that's left is either not real or not good enough to be drafted. We could take Drew Henson. That would be funny. The quarterback, Drew Henson, that everybody thought was going to be really good, never did anything in the league. Literally nothing. Or we could take Cliff Kingsbury. Current head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. He has horrible stats, so we will not be drafting Cliff Kingsbury, even for the memes. Those stats are far too bad. And now we're into the free agent part of the thing. Ken Dorsey, Tony Romo. I didn't realize Tony Romo was here. That's a good thing we took a look. I'm taking Tony Romo. Is there another quarterback down here? No, I'm taking Tony. Eastern Illinois, 7th round pick. Tony Romo, hidden development. Thank you very much. We just got our backup quarterback, baby. Tony Romo, 7th round pick. All right, let's skip to the end of the draft. We don't care who's in the 7th round. Cliff Kingsbury looked garbage. He had everything that we had figured out for him was all Fs. So that's not that good. Draft recap. Draft recap. How did we draft? All right. So we drafted a 75 overall Jordan Gross, but remember, he's got hidden development. All these guys have hidden development except for Matt Wilhelm. So Jason Witten's a 72. I might as well just change it right now so that I don't forget that he went to Tennessee. All right, let's get it changed to Tennessee. I probably could have went the other way. That would have been faster, but it is what it is. 10. Went past it. Tennessee. All right, and I need to change his equipment because he wears the double half sleeves, or at least he did later in his career. And he wears, let's give him the secondary ones. All right, that's Jason Witten. There we go. So Jason Witten, Jordan Gross. I'm happy with this draft. I think we did really, really good. I think we did really, really good, especially finding Tony Romo in the 4th round. I think we did really good, especially not having a 3rd round pick because we traded that to get the other first to move back in the draft. I like this. I'm happy with it. I think we did really, really good. Let's take a quick look at some of the other players around the league. See who was the highest player in the draft. So Charles Rogers, the 1st overall pick was a 65. He's a 65 overall. Troy Polamalu is a 79. He's the highest player in the draft. We kind of figured that it would be either him or Andre Johnson. Then we got Kevin Williams. So we got the 4th highest player in the draft. That's not bad. I'm not mad at that. Asante Samuel, I wanted you. I did. I didn't think you'd go. I certainly didn't think the Giants would take you that early. That's kind of frustrating. I'm kind of upset that he went. Terrell Suggs is a 74. Let's take a look at some of these guys' hidden development. So Troy Polamalu has it. What kind of... I'm saying superstar. I'm saying Troy Polamalu has superstar. He has X Factor. Troy Polamalu has superstar X Factor. We could have drafted a superstar X Factor strong safety if I would have traded up to get him. But then again, I don't think I have enough to trade up to get him. Carson Palmer is black, but he has superstar development. So I could change it, but that would get rid of his portrait. So I don't want to change it. Andre Johnson. This is the guy that we could have drafted if we would have moved up 1 spot. So what does he have? He has superstar as well. I really hope that Jordan Gross and some of those other guys have really good traits. I'm not going to check, but I really hope they do. Kevin Williams, drafted by the football team, a guy that we could have had. I'm going to guess star. Superstar for Kevin Williams. Okay, so these guys are getting pretty good development traits. Terrell Suggs, actually drafted by the Ravens, which is pretty cool. He's 32. He has superstar. No, he can't wear 32. What number did he wear in Baltimore? Like 50-something? They only have 50 and 53. I'll give him 53 for right now. But that's just, he can't wear 32. That's just weird. So everybody's got superstar. Why can't I hope my guy has superstar. I really do. We won't check him though. Who else? Let's check Nnamdi Asomugha. Does he have one? He does. This has got to be star. If they gave superstar to Nnamdi Asomugha, then we're getting a little out of hand here. Wow. Okay. Okay. So it's looking good. It's looking good that we have. Charles Rogers has normal development, and he was drafted #1 overall. The Texans suck. Bad teams stay bad. And the Texans will continue to draft #1 overall if they keep drafting guys like that. I feel bad for them. Byron Leftwich? Byron Leftwich doesn't have a hidden development trait either. Who's somebody down here that has one? So, Peanut Tillman we can check, I guess. What did Houston Yora have? He had hidden. This is the guy that I wanted, but we traded back for that first-round pick from the Packers, which we honestly could not pass up on. But he had superstar. Of course! Everybody's got superstar. Everybody's got superstar development. And it's making me mad. It's making me mad. I'm tired of it. I don't want you to have superstar. I want you to have star. Hall of Fame induction. I'll look at that off camera. We can't watch that. I think the NFL copyrights that kind of stuff, so we can't, because they show like video clips and stuff. So we can't watch that on camera. I'll watch it off camera, and I'll tell you in the next episode if I remember. I probably won't remember, but I'll tell you in the next episode who it is. So it's probably I'm guessing it's DeMarcus Ware, because after the first season, it's almost always DeMarcus Ware. So that's probably who it is. But this is what the team looks like at the start of year number 2. Now, in the off-camera stuff, I will do all the preseason stuff, get the roster ready for week number 1, the 2003 season, 2003-2004 season. And then at the start of the next episode, we will load the draft class in and get ready to go. Actually, I'll have the draft class loaded in before you see it. Okay. So as things stand right now, this is the fresh start of the season. We have the 4th pick, the 6th pick, and the 32nd pick. We have really nothing else after that. We have a 2nd. This is gonna get interesting. This is where it starts. This is where getting all that, the assets and trading them starts. But as the roster stands, actually, I'll take a look from the adjust the lineup stuff, so that makes it easier for you guys. You can see a better view. As the team stands after year number 1, this is where we are. This is where we are. I will move Whitfield over to right tackle. Or no, I'll move Jordan Gross over to right tackle. He'll play there. We'll start Jason Witten and Antonio Gates. They'll both be up there. Mike Vick's there with Tony Romo as the backup. We need to get some better players at center, at offensive line. I'm liking how our offensive line's coming together, though. We've got the pieces. I mean, Whitfield's older, but we do have the pieces to start out with. And obviously, Mike Vick is our quarterback, and he's super young, too. So, on defense, Keith Brookie, Simonu, and Stewart are all decently young. I will start Matt Wilhelm at the other middle linebacker spot, just so he can get some playing time. And then, this is where I'm really excited, because I'll put Willie McGinnis at starter there, because we have Kearney and Robert Mathis, who are both young. Then we have Aeneas Williams. We've got some pieces. It's going to take a little bit. We can't have it all right now, but it's going to take a little bit, but it's starting. You can see the pieces starting to be put together with some of these draft picks that I made in year number 1. So you guys can let me know down below if you liked the draft, if you thought I did a pretty good job, if you thought I thought I was an idiot for trading back that pick and not taking Osi Umenyiora. But we did get Robert Mathis in the end too, so some people say that Robert Mathis is better than Osi Umenyiora, so I mean, maybe we won. That's up to you guys to decide, but that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.